Hi, it's Laurel, your independent distributor for GelMoment. This is day 13 of the Halloween series countdown. In this section of the series, we're going to be doing a scary looking eyeball. I've got some Raven's Kiss here. I'm putting it down on the creativity mat. And I'm going to use some isopropyl alcohol. I'm gonna it's in a spray bottle. I picked the spray bottle up from Amazon, I think. You can buy it. It's just gonna help thin out the black Raven's Kiss gel polish and give it kind of a smoky look. I use the isopropyl alcohol actually quite a bit. I use it to clean my brushes, to thin out the gel polishes. If I'm doing really fine lines, it helps to thin out the thickness of the polishes as well. There's a lot of uses for it. So if you get into gel art, or nail art, definitely get yourself a bottle. It's definitely worth it. You could even get it at the dollar store. It's pretty abundant even nowadays. And here I'm grabbing one of the GelMoment cleansers. It also has isopropyl alcohol in it. And I'm going to just take it and kind of clean off a little bit in the center there where some of the thinned out Raven's Kiss got a little bit more into the center, and I want the center nice and clean and white. And I forgot to mention that the Lovee was cured before I started and given a light buff. I'm going to use the Feeling Ferny and the Sublime to make the color of the eye. First, I'm going to use the Feeling Ferny and I'm going to mix it probably about like 8-1 with the Raven's Kiss. So I'm just putting a very small amount of Raven's Kiss into the Feeling Ferny just to give it a dark shaded look. And then I'm going to make a circle on the nail stick with the dotting tool. Using a dotting tool for any kind of round nail art is the probably best thing to do, because if you try to use a brush, the brush can kind of skip if you go from one direction to another. So a dotting tool is your easiest way to get a round surface for nail art. So now we're mixing up some Sublime and adding it to the already mixed layer that was on our mat. And hopefully that's going to be a good enough change. I'm going to use the short liner brush from the creativity set. So you load your brush with the paint. In this instance, I don't believe I have enough Sublime. There's not much of a color change, so I'm just adding some more Sublime here. And now I'm happy with the color change. As you can see, it's quite noticeable. So I'm just stroking from the outside to the inside center of the circle, kind of give those flecks of color. And now we're going to do one more layer of color. So I'm going to add some lemon merengue to the mixture. And same as previously, we're just going to load the brush and we're going to bring some flecks from the outer part to the center. Now, every time I'm doing a different color on the eye, I am curing it. And so if you don't cure it, then the colors are going to meld together. So you want to make sure once you're done with the color, then you put it in even for 10 seconds. But because it's so thick, you know, it's not very thin, so I put it in for at least 30 seconds cure. And for the very last layer, I use straight lemon merengue just to give it a really pop for the center of the eye. It really makes it stand out. Here I've just grabbed some Raven's Kiss and I'm just kind of outlining the eye just a little bit with a really light brush stroke and a couple flecks in the eye just to give it a little bit of a dimension. We're at the end, the final touches. So I've put down some Pampered Tulips and then I'm going to add some Scarlet Slippers as well, just to give it a little bit more bloody red effect. And I'm going to mix that together. And then I'm going to use the Raven's Kiss and I'm going to give this eye a pupil. So you want to make sure it is, you know, as circular as possible. It doesn't have to be too perfect because I don't think eyes are too perfect. And you can rather cure that now so it doesn't run on you, or you can continue on putting some blood vessels in your eye. So you just kind of randomly drag the brush across the eye just to give it a couple of different jaggedy lines. Wow, I keep going off screen. I'm so sorry about that. Once you have your lines done, you want to put it in for a full 60-second cure or 45-second, depending on your lamp. Then we're going to top it all off with Clearly Frisky and cure it again for 45 to 60 seconds. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you tomorrow.